Hello, everybody. Welcome to the poker coaching study session. Today, we're going to be studying out of position and king high flops. Let's go.
Thank you, Louis.
Welcome.
All right, guys, I'm over caffeinated today. So
Raise.
if I talk, yeah, exactly. If I talk too fast, let me know. Or if I talk too much, let me know. But yeah, so we're gonna study SRPs today as a group. And we're going to alternate people. I assume Scotty, Alpha, we're gonna keep score.
Yep, we'll keep score.
Okay, and so I'll take the first one. I'm gonna obviously this is good hand for us, good flop for us, good texture. We're mixing here, so I'm gonna take this first one and cheat, and I'm actually going to E33. Calls. I think generally that card stinks, even though we're blocking, the board is blocking a lot of his FDs, so I think we check. Mostly check.
And stay on the answer for just a beat longer. So after we see so we see the alternates.
Okay, I can go back to.
Yeah, no, it's okay. No,
Okay.
It was a check. It was a 78% check. We just wanted to see when we bet what was the size. I assume it was small, but
Okay. So 4-0 flush out of position, we're just going to check. Sure.
Yep. There's nothing else to do there.
I'm curious. Look something a second. And we win. I can always go back to, like, if I miss one, Scotty,
Yeah.
I can always go back after.
Okay.
I'm curious here, what our bluffs are on river. On 4-0 flush, are we turning our ace of spades into a bluff? On turn, well, we start at 2. Once we get 3, we're gonna construct a 2-street bluff. It's a good example here. Less so with ace queen.
Well, the ace king is not a bluff at that point. It's still
No,
value,
that's a good point. It's value.
protected value. You want to look at like your ace 9 with the ace of spades. Ace jack is a straight, so ace 9. And yep,
Yeah, a little bit.
you're also bluffing the 9 of spades, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a gut shot too. If you use ace 8, how much does that change?
Ace 8 is the same gut shot as ace 9, isn't it? Yeah, the jack comes and it's an ace high straight. Yeah, ace 8 and ace 9 are the same hand.
Oh yeah, you're right. 9. Okay, yeah.
Right. And as long as you're on this, what's the lowest spade we bet? Just single spade.
Okay.
Looks like the queen 10, like queen 10 doesn't bet its doesn't bet its 10 of spades, it looks like.
So those are our single spade hands, right?
Right.
So what is the lowest single spade hand? That's
We bet jacks.
that is a gutter
Jack,
hand.
Jack 9 is a straight.
Jack 9 is a straight, but look at king jack. King jack off. I think we're betting the jack of spades and king jack off sometimes. And we're betting the 9 of looks like we're betting the 8 of spades and ace 8 off.
Cool.
Holy God, we're betting the 8. We're betting the. Oh no, that's probably the ace. That's why the ace of spades, not the 8 of spades. In ace 8 off.
All these under pairs have some bluffing starting.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. I'm next.
Okay, you ready?
I am ready. All right. I am going to check this board. I am going to look, and in game, I'm just going to fold. In solver, let's see. Backdoor flush, backdoor straight. That's it. Yeah, I'm folding. Yep. Sounds good.
Who's next?
Next is Leanne.
Um. So I have a nice hand. I feel like I just want to check for now and then probably check raise. Now I'm gonna raise.
You can go 7 big blinds or 12 big blinds.
We're all
Uh,
in.
I'll raise big, 12 big blinds. Bad,
Sam-
let's see how bad it is.
It's fine.
Yep.
Okay.
Thing to notice with this hand is that it's high freak check raise.
Oh, but 7 was the biggest percent there. Okay.
I almost wonder if the hand's so good here. I mean, you've got 45% to the nuts.
Well, it's not
that-
like I'm gonna check raise and then fold, so
I wonder if it chooses the smaller size because it's such a good draw. So, alright, so
Yep.
we're gonna check raise.
And you're getting a point, and under the new system, you're getting a point because that is because your EV is just fine.
okay.
And then they just folded.
Okay.
I wonder what our equity is. I'm just curious what our equity is on. I bet it's like 60%. It's not that important. I'm just curious. $64.
Yeah.
We love this hand.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's next?
Mike,
Mike, you ready?
Ready. Okay. Gonna check a lot anyway. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna check. And we are going to the big bet here. We're gonna call this.
Yeah, this is
We have the
interesting.
8 of
I'm not
spades,
sure.
so that should push us well into the call
I
Maybe-
think we start.
option.
I think to the sizing we start getting some folds, 2 overs, but I'm not sure. We have the spade, so that helps. But
we need the spade to call, but you were right. I thought we're starting to fold there.
Yeah,
okay,
we're gonna fold pure without spade, I think.
Yeah,
true.
yeah, that's how you make that decision.
Okay.
One of
Okay.
the most valuable things I've ever learned. And by the way, 8 of hearts also. So 8 of spades, 8 of hearts is the best one of these. 8 of spades, the back door, the heart helps us. Just go over that one more time and I want to make sure that that's true. It's a subtlety in it,
Put it this way.
but I think the 8 of spades heart is going to call more than spade diamond. Yep. That heart
So
makes us.
that 8 of hearts just helps us as like a blocker to them getting a flush or something?
It's when the continues come in. You block that from coming in the other side. I mean, you don't like the fact, in a sense, you would rather them be doing this with 2 hearts here. And so you don't want the heart, but it's when they do it and it starts to come in, you have this additional blocker there. And it's never like a huge difference, but it always matters. And that's just a thing to notice. So if you're on the fence on any hand, you might as well use do you have a spade? And then if you're still on the fence, do you have a heart? right. Good. 1+1+. There's the call.
Interesting card.
This is actually pretty good for us
It is.
and not so great for their line right now. This almost feels like we could donk.
Beep, beep.
Yeah, this seems like a really good donk card for us. Let's B20.
5 seconds.
Alright. Awesome.
Woo!
Yeah, I like
Whoa.
these lines. I am wary of them because I just don't know what you do next.
Yeah, right.
But-
It takes you down a branch.
Hey,
that
I wonder,
is-
sorry, Mike.
Yeah, it takes you down a branch that, now the next move is what's kind of questionable.
Not when they fold though. Oh. When they
Um,
fold, it's glorious.
Did Button bet like a crazy amount on
Just
this flop too?
B75.
No, I mean like frequency wise, because I feel like when you see the turn donk bet, like sometimes it's also indicative of solver knowing that Button bet a lot. No, not a lot, not a lot.
Quite polarized on this. XJ.
But it's all big bets. That's an interesting
Yeah.
thing. The big bet board for imposition.
It does hold our heuristic around if you are betting a low frequency using a polarized strat.
Right. So when we finish this one, let's do the same board and make it rainbow and see what that does to in
Okay.
position frequency, because maybe it's an in position, out of position frequency thing.
Okay.
Okay.
Notice solver wants, this card is so good. Solver's donk in range.
Yeah.
If we were to look at equity shift, I mean, I've shown it a bunch of times. We don't need to look at it now, but it must be a massive equity shift to out of position.
That
Alright.
was so good to find that, Mike. I
Yeah.
know.
Well played, sir. All right, next street. Well, no, this street.
Yeah, we
Donk.
may have another decision to make on this street.
Solver's like, what?
Yeah, yeah.
Not expecting to get check raised there, or not check raised, but raised very often. I think that's kind of part of the theory too. And certainly against population, I don't think you're going to get raised too often once that card hits.
I think humans could freak out sometimes. But that might be PTSD on my part. So the first question is, we got two questions, right? First question is, when we donk, solver raises 25% or 27%. But, if humans find out, I think it's less. But it's definitely a robust part of their strat. And it's question I would have once you're looking at this is let's filter for full house and trips. And they just don't slow play, which is very interesting because they're in position. Maybe they are driven by the fact of the SPR of like whatever that is, 4, because with the top of their range, they're incentivized to get money in. Okay, so that was the first question. The second question was around rainbow nature, right?
Yeah, so we just looking at in his imposition bet there.
Okay, so the question is, does it change the size?
Yeah.
So right now, we know this is what?
I
And it-
recorded it, if you want to see it. Okay,
Okay, so we've got a very polarized.
Yeah.
70, 25, whatever.
Yeah.
So, okay. And then let's change this to. A little, but
Yeah.
not much.
well, we go down from 25% of the big bets. Yeah, no, it's a lot.
Okay.
It's still a big bet board, but the smaller bets are now much more represented. Let me open up that image real quick just to compare the two, and I'll give you them because I had them there. Give me a second.
You want me to stop sharing?
Screenshot. No, leave your screen, leave your share on. And I'll just read you the numbers. It was the distribution of bets was 25, 1.4, 1.2. And now the distribution of bets is 17, 3, 5.8. Huge difference.
Especially
So-
in solver.
So here's an example where flush draw board bets bigger. And what we're going to notice on this, just for the future when we check these, this was an in position thing. And the last time we saw it going the other way, it was an out of position thing. Maybe that matters. All right.
Yeah, I think generally.
Yeah.
Rainbow disconnected boards are going to generate larger out of position bets than
Yeah.
SRP.
So Richie is next. And I promised you guys I was gonna implement this. You know, when the second card paired, I was going to donk out for 20% and see what happened. It only happened. I
Oh,
donked
yeah.
once so far. It worked, I bet. And for all and I didn't go back and look at what his hand was, you know, the next day. It's in my database, but I didn't look at that specific one. But for all we know, it was a hand like this where he was bluffing. But even though we bluffed out the best hand with our eights, we also took the pot, because if we had not done this and he had continued, we're folding our eights by the river if he wants to win this pot. And now he didn't. So
Do we want to, okay, now,
because we
Yeah,
folded,
when you do that, it's not a pure bluff.
No.
There's equity denial involved. There's,
Yeah. yeah, we have equity denial for his king, and we also have bluff fold denial. And that's good.
so we take another small bet with this king.
Yeah, you want, you
Flush
wanted to,
competing.
you wanted to see what happens if he does call?
Yeah.
Well, he hits his king.
So now we get, once we have this super brick, we're gonna get a lot of overbets. But that is that is a decision tree for another day.
Yeah.
All right, it's
Richie.
Richie next, right?
Yep.
All right, Richie, I should ask if you're ready. Are you ready, sir?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, you got a timer here.
Yeah, no problem. I'll check this.
Okay. Well played.
They check back. Not really sure. It feels like there's an opportunity to stab here because the middle card gives us a bit more. So I'd probably go for a middle bet here to
10 seconds.
yeah, 33%.
I think it
check
just
again.
thinks, I think it just thinks ace high has got enough showdown.
Okay.
Let's just look at that hand class real quick. This is really a spot that, I think we can make player dependent adjustments, human adjustments. I mean, I think Sutton looks at this and says, when it goes check, check, we really have a license to take the pot. And I think he's got a very good argument. And so I wonder if a human adjustment to betting here is better. Let's see what,
Well, but remember, we have the license to take the pot. We take the pot with ace queen a lot
and that, you're totally right. And we can see that here too, right?
in the safe. Yeah.
I mean, these are around straight draws.
Yeah.
But we can
Totally.
see like ace jack is ace 10.
Yeah.
These are checking without the front door. Ace queen is checking pure with the front door, telling us that it thinks it has enough equity to show down.
And it thinks ace jack has enough equity to show down also. Look at the ace jack.
30s. Sorry, say it again.
Or say, if you roll over your ace jack offsuit, you'll see that it also believes in ace jack.
So, I mean,
You bet
all I'm
your-
saying, yeah, I just am quite curious if a human adjustment is check, check, then we bet. Maybe not in some polls, but you know, I was just playing live and I just watched it happen over and over again last night.
Yeah.
So anyway,
But in this case, when we bet, we break the solve. So-
yeah, and I think the adjustment is valid against humans.
All right,
Why don't we
let's-
just play,
let's
let's go
change to
ahead,
the check
sorry,
and
Scotty.
play it out, and you have an opportunity for another point after this, or to lose another
Okay.
point.
So we're gonna change to a check, Richie.
Yeah, no problem at all.
2 checks.
Okay. Well, if it was treating as the ace higher showdown on the previous street, the two's not really hitting the button range much more. So I'm guessing it's going to go for another check here. Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna happen a lot, but that solver doesn't mind.
Alright. Yep,
Okay.
Dean,
Dean. And by the way, shout out to Dean. Dean made the final table this weekend. I think I mentioned that yesterday, but it's worth mentioning twice, of like 2,000 runners or something. So shout out.
Nice.
Dean, are you gonna do chat or whatever you want?
Dean's chatting. Alright,
Okay, Gene's chatting. Okay, Gene, here we go. You've got a timer, sir. Interesting flop.
Dean checks.
Checking is fine.
And every bet size is represented. B33. I think there's also gonna be some bigger Bs for catching up on value. Well, let's see. Yep, that's perfectly fine. B50 is most represented. It's the least representative of the bets, but it's still fine. Okay. And check call. No,
It wants to down bet.
just get something. It call, make the king and queen call. But given the check, what do you face?
Solve a confusion.
Your opponent tanks. Checks behind. Yep. There was value to be gotten.
Okay. Who's next?
Okay, after Dean is Skate.
Skate, are you ready, sir?
I am ready.
Interesting. What would you like to do
Ooh.
here?
Okay, I think we can check, we can bet, but here I'm going to check.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a range check board. Anytime you see these low boards, generally
Oh,
they're
yeah.
gonna be a check.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
But
Oh,
not in this case. We get some betting.
Hmm. Because of the draw, I guess, because of the flush
Because
draw.
our front door, I think.
I mean, if you simplified this board to a range check board, you would just not be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just look at it.
I'm most curious about
90%.
90% and every hand, every combo is a majority check.
yeah, this is very
So-
interesting. Checking's clearly, it's 90% check. You can simplify.
Yeah, so just make your life easy.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, you check.
Yep. Okay, now I believe there is merit to getting an ace high, king high, maybe even queen high to fold. Is a pair gonna fold? Probably not. So I think I'm pretty sure it's gonna be mostly check, but if we do bet, let's bet
Beep, beep.
75. Yes.
Nice. And I thought,
Yeah,
yes,
I felt that it was gonna be a big bet.
Yeah, I was like 50 or 75. I wasn't
Yeah.
sure.
See what
Good.
happens. You wanna generate a fold here, obviously. Oof, so hot odds
oh,
are
Ooh.
important
that's the
here.
worst thing.
Hot odds are important.
Oh,
And
this. Yeah, no. Okay, good. Good thing you pointed it out. 33%. We're getting I don't think I'm getting it, man. Fold.
yeah, you're not
Yeah, you're
getting
out of position. How are you gonna get, where's all the money gonna come from when the spade comes?
Yeah,
it.
right.
Check
So the
behind.
one thing to think about is here is
Mm.
that you're not drawing to the nuts. I don't think we're gonna call with any flush draws to that raise size. We just we might with ace high, ace like two overs and a flush draw,
Right.
but that, so we're 18% to hit a flush and we're just getting really bad odds. Let's see what he bluffed us with.
How about the nuts?
Yeah, how about the nuts? I just don't think we get calls there. That's any FDs. We might with two overs.
FD with a
Bet,
pair.
raise, cut off. Filters. Okay, this is cut off. D75 raise, yeah. We are gonna get some calls. So the first thing is that our combo draws. So our pot odds being offered are 33%. Let's just look at an example here. So let's just look at the easy example. What's its perceived equity? So solver perceives its equity at 37. So its perceived equity is greater than pot odds, which is what really is driving its. In this situation, I think you're gonna see exceptions, but it's really driving its strat. Let's look at an example of filter. That was a combo draw, right? Flush draw, nuts. This is a flush, this is a
That's a combo draw too.
straight draw.
Oh, no, it's a straight. Ace,
It's a
two, three, four,
straight.
five. It's just the, it.
Yeah.
we didn't see-
Yeah,
we
that's
didn't see it
obvious.
Cause we know he has the 5-6.
But we're also drawing to the nut. We're drawing to the wheel straight
Yeah,
flush.
yeah.
Okay, then let's get to a hand which we're gonna really have in reality. So these are our flush draws, which are mixing, and let's look at well, we're looking at our equity first. So we need 33. We're mixing here. Let's just look at that first. The pair plus draw is calling. Everything else is just folding.
The pair and then the freak Jack 10.
So yeah, I mean, we're just being offered a horrible price. So
Yeah.
unless we have pair,
Larry.
Yeah.
Can you just click on the cutoff, their initial, where they bet that range for just a second? Yeah, that node right there. Yeah, it was kind of interesting that we don't really have many nut flush draws that are now electing to bet here.
that's a really good point. I was like, where are the nut?
Yeah, we
flush
didn't
draw
have
nuts?
any. I mean, I presume they have showdown value and it's easy enough to call a single bet.
Yeah.
On a board that's not very good for us.
It's calling it a combo draw because it's drawing to a gutter for the wheel.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, we're checking these a lot. They just got enough. But then the exception is the pair plus draw.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's.
But you're
a
right.
lot.
These are checking. That is a very good point.
Go
right
back
here.
Go back to the cutoff to our response after the check raise real quick. So the ace three, so our calls, no filter. Clear the filter. So
I never have a filter.
gotcha. So all the eights call,
Uh-huh.
the 3 and the 4. So pair plus draw calls.
Top
Ace
pair is
three.
calling. Yeah.
So was ace 3 and ace, so was ace 3 and ace 4. They play ace 3 and ace 4.
Oh,
Stay in there
with the
with the spades. Yeah.
spade and the heart for the ace 3. Ace
Oh, the
4 of
spade.
spades and ace 3 of hearts.
Oh, what is it? What is ace? Oh, right. Ace 3 of hearts. Yeah,
Well,
with a straight
that's
draw.
flush draw.
That's, I'm not.
All
doing
true.
that. That's crazy.
So yeah,
Um,
you gotta, to
oh.
continue with the 3 and the 4, you have to have a flush draw to go along with it.
Well, you're,
Oh,
I mean,
the
you're
ace three is-
essentially,
right. We've got a backdoor flush draw coming in. I mean,
yeah, I mean, you're
Yeah,
getting
no,
the same odds as the front door, right? Pretty
no,
much. the same.
absolutely. I didn't see that. I forgot that. Yeah, absolutely. 5-6. And then the only weird thing, the only surprising thing in this was that our Jack 10 called, and the reason our Jack 10 called is we never had it. The Jack 10 suited, the Jack 10 of hearts. What do we think is magical about that since all the other Jack 10s fold? Since the Queen 10 of hearts folds?
I mean, the way to decipher that is to understand where his bluffs come from.
Okay,
Do you want to go down the rabbit hole?
20 seconds of rabbit hole.
Okay. So, He big bet. So,
No, he
yeah,
doesn't, but it's not the queen ten that he does it. Okay, so
clear.
I'll go with I don't know, but it's. Anybody in the comments on YouTube who knows the answer to this, post the answer in the comments and you will get a free 1-year subscription to the Cash Game Study Group. All right,
Um. Okay, so who's next?
Adam.
Queen high board. I think that the button calling range probably has a lot of queen, jack, 10 connectivity here. We have the nut no pair. We got backdoor flush draw, gut shot straight draw. I think I'm going to check.
Good.
Rainbow board. Still have a gut shot.
I'm awarding your point in advance.
Button check back. I think that I'm gonna bet here. I'm gonna bet B50. Trying to get calls by 10x. Yeah.
Oh,
A
I
little
was
too
wrong.
big. A little too big.
Yeah, but it's good for point. I was going for the B75. Ooh, I would have lost.
Yeah, I just thought the board was too spicy for B75. Like what we want us to get, what we want to get called by is kind of 10x, maybe like 8s, 9s.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Uh,
it likes to size down because there's completed equity.
Probably that too, you know. Technically I would think maybe like queen jack would be checking back by the button, but they would, and that hand would call B50 for sure, I would think.
I would be curious here when the turn comes before we bet. You've got kind of, yeah, you've got, I'm just curious about straight.
Yeah, does button have two pairs with like queen 10, king 10 there suited?
Yeah, I don't think queen 10, but king 10. King 10 seemed
Right.
possible, but it also seemed like I had a king and there was another king. So I mean,
Also, you're blocking
only-
that, so there's like what, like maybe like two
there's,
combos if any.
no, there's one combo. It's king.
One
We
com-
have ace king of diamonds. So there's king 10 of spades. It is a single
True.
two pair combination.
True. Yeah, that's just even more of a reason to want to bet, right?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, you've got a range advantage, but you don't have another advantage. Okay,
I was thinking, and it was wrong. I was thinking it's like there's completed equity, so we have to bet small, but we block the completed equity, so we don't have to bet small.
Yeah. Ace jack is
Look.
probably out there, but I kind of was like, I don't know. I kind of thought maybe ace jack might bet. I don't know.
Yeah, so
All right, so we are a little bit too big, but which is going to make that range stronger.
Mhm.
I think we want to go small again here, trying to continue to extract value from the same range as before. B19 seems really small. I'm going to go, but maybe it's right. But I'm going to go B50, I think, a little bit bigger.
nailed it.
Yep.
Once you take this, B50, it wants to continue to B50.
Oh, jeez.
Oh. Did he, and he didn't,
Why would he call?
he's afraid of the straight, that jerk.
What,
That is pretty wild. What is the frequency of that turn call? Like I
What-
would,
what does Louis call this river? I forget, Scotty. What does Louis call this?
Poker. Oh,
Counterfeit.
poke.
Getting scammed, that's it. You got
oh yeah, you got
scammed.
scammed. Yeah, you scammed.
Oh yeah.
Got
scammed.
scammed.
So the question is, what's with his here on button with his sets? What's his he's raising half the time. Sixes
Yeah. Yep,
Yeah.
you just,
raising half the time.
or is was it his suits? Did he have the,
It does delineate a little bit on suits here.
wonder if he had the, let's see, we'll see if he had the heart diamond. If that's how he did it.
What's the button call? Never mind, Larry. It's fine.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
I was curious
He
about
has
that.
he has the one combo that checks 100% of the time.
What did you want to look at? What his
I was
button?
I was just curious about the button call range on turn there. Like what's I wasn't thinking that we could get called by that bad.
That was
Yeah,
weird.
Good point. Yeah, they're calling with sixes there to a.
And you bet big.
Yeah, we bet the bigger sizing. Yeah, so I think if we bet small, I think the small size is better because you're definitely going to get the 8s and 9s in there, which are folding a lot to the big size.
Let's filter for under pairs.
Yeah.
And then, let's look, so we're getting, they're folding 71% if you use a smaller size. Folding half the time.
Yeah. Well, if you'd bet the smaller size at the end, we're going, should have bet bigger. Oh, there you go. All right, we're back to Larry, and Larry, let's change to hijack.
Okay,
Hijack. Same
changing
exercise.
to
well,
hijack.
range. Yeah, nothing else. No other changes.
We're the median guys.
Yeah,
Which is pretty good in GTO scoring land.
we just
GTO is a mean score.
Yeah.
All right, hijack versus button, is that correct?
Yep.
And it's me?
Yep.
Okay. Sure. I think this is a range check. Not quite. Yeah, 88%. Continue.
Ooh.
I don't, I mean, I think turning 8s into a bluff here is quite ambitious.
Yeah.
I think we check.
Yep. But you can do it, and when you do it small.
So then this is like this interesting blocker opportunity. How often does he have 7, 6, ace high, just ace highs here? Let's try it. Nope.
No, it's a bet. It's just you just didn't go for big enough.
Yeah. See if I, yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
You just needed to lose more money.
Oh, so what I want to
On
look.
the turn, it calls it an inaccuracy, but you can bet small. Okay.
Okay. All right. Who's next?
Next is me. All right. 10-10, check. This is gonna be the same hand as the last one. Okay. Check, bet, call. Check. How bad are you gonna make my life? I'm calling. See how bad my life is. 5.4, half pot. Ooh. To the 10 of spades, that's big enough for the call. Call and starting to fold. No, just call. All right, I'm giving myself 0.9 for saying too much. All right, there we go. And the river, gotcha. Check.
Third nuts, check.
Third nuts. Oh no. Oh gosh, that's horrible. Okay. -1. Okay, but I don't break the solver, so it'll make my life bad.
Look at
Yep.
that.
There's the over bet.
Saying third nuts. Eat
Yeah.
this.
It's the solver. We call. Oh,
He has
God.
made you indifferent, sir.
Nope.
He made me terrible. I hate my
Let's see if you're rich.
life. I got killed. No.
Okay, who's next?
Okay.
The alpha's licking his wounds.
There. No, I'm posting. Who's next is Leanne. No, I was posting. Oh, no, Larry, Scotty, Larry. Leanne is
Leanne.
next.
Okay, Leanne.
Uh.
Are you ready?
Yeah,
And I didn't post Larry's score there.
oh, I like this hand again. I'm gonna check. But I'm ready for him.
Oh, he doesn't offer you it. Now,
Damn,
this is an
that
interesting
fast.
spot.
I don't like it as much anymore. I'm gonna check.
I think we're gonna get bet here. It's because bets here because we have an overpair advantage, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
No, I am wrong. We are not with this combo. We'll look at we are getting these weird bets. We're gonna look at it in a second.
Cause if they
Um,
kind of any pair at all, they're gonna probably call if I bet, so.
okay, he bets small. Solver bet small.
I'll call.
Good. Was Leanne's check on the turn, the first check on the turn correct? I was busy typing.
Yes.
Cause even though we could have big pairs, but if they have any pair at all, they're gonna call, like a pair of fives or something.
Yeah. And we have showdown.
Yeah. Oh, gosh darn it, check. Did I win?
No.
I didn't win.
How do you not win there?
So we have a very interesting strat happening on the triple board.
Good for me that guy didn't re-raise pre-flop.
True. So where does this get interesting for us? So turn triples the board. So when the turn triples the board, all of a sudden we do these weird overbets, right? Now this is being driven by the fact that we have an overpair advantage in an invulnerable hand. We're the only person with aces, kings, and queens. And this is pre-flop. He has some jacks, but we're the only ones with aces, kings, and queens. And so these very interesting things happen on the triple board from a theoretical perspective here. And then all of a sudden it wants to be 250. And
it
if we-
uses all, like, just to your point there, Larry, the queens and jacks, the queen jack and the king jack, the king queen work as good bluffs there without
Yeah.
showdown value blocking their best full houses.
Yeah.
Wow, huge bet, 250.
So
Yeah.
this is very unique to a triple board, and it starts here. So once you get in the linear equity graph here, if you look on the left, I think what's going to happen is, see how all of a sudden these overpairs are showing up on the left.
Mm-hmm.
This is what's driving this. So ironically, we have a significant equity disadvantage. But in theory, our nut advantage here. It doesn't prove my point, so I'm gonna take that one away. And use the one that proves my point. We have
Before, after you're done with this. Go on.
Sure. And so this is driving the strat, which you see here, which is using all of these. I mean, we're doing it with our nuts, right? We're doing it with the aces, kings, and queens, and jacks. But we also get to pair those with all these other blockers to those combos. He doesn't have them though. He has some jacks, but he is stripped of queens.
So let's say
kings,
we did that 250 on the you know, on the turn. Let's see what he's calling with.
Okay. So we get this super polarized strat that shows up on turn. Now this is solver, so he might call wide.
Bet 250 crazy.
So the pot odds we're offering are 40%. And if we look at my cheat sheet, yeah, it's like his MDF is around 60%, I think, the ballpark it. And he's folding right on around that. It's pretty much on MDF. He's not overfolding. So
Yeah.
then the question becomes, what is he folding that's not So he's got to dip into the ace highs here to meet MDF. And so he's choosing his best aces.
Ow.
But in a way, it's very interesting. Obviously, it doesn't matter if your flush draws don't matter anymore, nor do your straight draws.
Yeah.
All you want these overcards.
Would you go-
Otherwise, let's just look at this breakdown. So we can see all these big cards are calling now in the triple board. And then these low pairs, mix. And then once we get to nines. Ace king is really good here, I see. The few that he has, sometimes he flats ace kings. And then all these other pairs. His best is obviously the jacks and some sliver queens. So, I mean, it's just, this is kind of. a
Don't close it
pure-
yet.
Okay. This is kind of just a pure theory thing. Anyway, I'm sorry, Scotty.
I was
Is
gonna
that what
say,
you?
I want to look at one other thing on that really quick. before you
Okay,
close
sure.
Reopen it. In the linear equity graph, as you ran below, along the lower edge of the linear equity graph, I wanted to see what hands that was popping up. So just along there, just looking along there of which of his hands are we looking at that he's got there? Those are the fact, okay, that's because his range is tighter than us, so even though he doesn't have the best bad hands, they're a larger percentage of his. We've still got to worry about the ace eight when he's got the ace queen, because he doesn't have the ace eight. Okay. I just
Yeah,
wondered,
and so,
why is he winning the jump balls here?
yeah, why do we have an equity disadvantage here? Is your
Because we have
question.
queen 10 and jack 10 and he doesn't.
Yeah, because we've got, if that comes down to combos,
Yeah,
right?
it's the percentage, it's the percentage of offsuit non-ace high garbage we have. And the fact that we also have ace eight, ace 10 and ace jack, ace 10 and ace jack at full frequency and a little ace nine, and he only has a little ace jack.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we got more garbage, but we've got overpair advantage. It's a
Yeah.
very unique spot.
yeah, that was what I wanted to say. Thank you,
Okay, who's next?
Mike.
Okay,
Two to tie, 3 to win. As of now, we're gonna do another round, so.
okay. Well, this is going to be check. So we're checking here.
And that's gonna be a check range board, we think, right?
Pretty darn close to check range, if it not.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we might have to start getting sticky versus a solver bet, but thankfully they mercifully check behind. I think that's mercifully. I think we can continue to check here. Let's see.
This is a draw, so you can't bet.
Okay, yeah. Okay, good. I was trying to think if there was a reason to start betting.
What was the bet size it liked when it bet? Was it 50 or 75? How big was it?
75, I like polarized. We
I
can look
think
at
we
it
have
after.
to call here. We have to call the small bet. Might mix some folds, but we're calling. Okay. Look at the raising.
A lot of folding.
Yeah, we're super cuspy here, aren't we?
I mean, versus population, I'd fold, but solver, I think that's why we get in here.
These are the most interesting hands when we have this.
And we can't
We
feel
have
good.
all choices.
We can't feel good about our straight when it comes in, and we can't feel good about our ace when it comes in.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Wow, it's kind of an interesting card that could take us down some roads. But we're gonna check. I'm just wondering if this does something weird. Okay, good. It doesn't.
Yeah, I was wondering too.
And we might need to bluff catch, but let's see what he does. Oh God, no. Okay, well, fold. Thank goodness. You made it easy.
That is the winning hand of the game, by the way.
Did you want to look at turn frequencies, Scotty?
Um. Turn frequencies of,
Us.
oh, of when we bet? Yeah, I just wanted to take a look at the size real quick. Yep, so
Let's turn.
our bet when it
We looked
happens-
at that. I think you want to look at flop. But then when you do that,
Oh,
it gets, yeah, that's flop.
Yeah, we check, and when we, right, we check. No, this is turn here, right?
This is flop now.
Doesn't, it is? Why is it showing us the turn card?
Because I am using a different interface to get to
Oh,
what
okay.
flop is.
Right, so when, right, we're there, and when we bet. Okay, so this is, when we bet big. Okay,
Okay, who's next?
next after Mike is Richie.
All right, Richie, are you ready, sir?
Let's go for it.
The triple board.
Lovely. I check this. Ace high has showdown value on a triple board, I believe. So
So the strats of the triple board get wonky, and I'm not really sure what we do here, frankly.
Sure, we have some bets with our ace high.
I
but-
mean, we just showed we sometimes go crazy. I'm curious if we get an overbet. here.
yeah, I'd check. I would.
Just check. No, we do not.
Oh, happy Mike.
Look at this. Look at
Yeah.
this. We are getting weird strats here. We'll look at this. Well, can we look at this now?
Yeah,
If you want
I
to,
mean,
yeah,
this
no
is
problem.
kind of super theory because triple boards are super rare. Probably doesn't make a lot of sense. Practically, we spend a lot of time on them, but it's just interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of a sudden, so all the overpairs go cray, and then all these other over carb. We
Two
saw
high
that.
cards, yeah.
Yeah, this just goes crazy here.
The,
But yours
the two
just
is
falls-
killing it here, and
Sorry.
the two is just too weak for this, right? You know, it's just weak to people who have two high cards.
Yeah.
It's weak to people with pairs, right? So you just check it, I think.
Yeah, it's an interesting strat, right? I mean, triple boards are just this interesting animal.
but when you bet it, you bet the non-represented suit.
Why is that then?
Look at how
Why
often.
is the non?
I think you want to block his 9x, his ace 9 suited.
Right,
He has it sometime.
he can't have the ace nine of clubs.
He cannot have the ace 9 of clubs. I think block, I mean, he never has off suit versions, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you want to block ace 9 of clubs.
That
That's
makes
really-
sense, yeah.
In theory. Okay, check.
I think that's worth learning.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
think it's worth calling this once. It's probably mixed because of the two kicker, but I think it's probably at least calling once.
You're right. I probably start folding. Yeah.
It's folding, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, these triple
It's
boards.
the
get
two
weird.
is just too weak, right?
Yeah, I guess you got kicker issues here. Why don't we look at
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, where do you, what's the,
Threshold?
Yeah.
Let's just look at that hand class.
ace seven?
It's weird because I don't know, this probably is not correlated, but when you're looking at short stack play in tournaments and you're looking at what pairs call off shoves are do shove, it's usually around the 7s and 8s. It doesn't really have any effect on this. Okay, so
Is up.
well, we don't break solve. Should we just go through it with Richie?
Yeah, yeah, you didn't solve. Yeah, you
You've got another opportunity to lose points. Oh, we don't have negative points
Lovely.
anymore, do we?
Yes, we
Okay.
do. Louis
Okay.
doesn't have negative points. We have negative. points.
Okay, that's okay. So I'm sorry. I assumed you're gonna check here.
Yeah, checking's fine. It's still a bit of a dangerous board, right?
He
Even though
gets a
you've got
point
those
for that.
tactically.
Larry loses a half a point for that.
I accept my punishment.
All right,
Thank you,
there
sir.
we
May I
go.
have another?
All right.
Obviously your flush draw doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Except you win with it sometimes.
Ah, ha, ha. How you have these second nuts?
So yeah, I would it's tough,
Third
right?
nuts.
Because sometimes they
third
say
nut,
go
not
for it
second
because the
nut.
board is blocking itself with all the nines, and the chance of them having nines are low. So you should, in theory, go for I guess a bit of equity here or a fold. So I bet, I guess I bet low, 23%. It feels like 23 or 60, but I bet 23. Why not?
Trapping.
Check.
Let's see what your
Okay.
equity is.
Yeah. Because your kicker's out of play now, right? And you know the chance of them having a nine is low, even though they obviously have more nines than you. So you would just go for a small bet for, I guess, a bit of equity for someone trying to show down with a king.
So would you chop the pot, or would they win if they have a better kicker here?
Chop.
Chop.
Okay.
Yeah.
80s. And yes, Scotty, you're right. We have the third nuts, second nuts. It's the ace.
We have the third nuts, but he never has the aces there.
So. Okay. Who's next?
After Richie is Dean.
All right, let me just open the chat here.
I've actually got to shoot to work now. It's a short one for me, so it was fun, insightful as always. Have a good session.
Good seeing
Yes,
us.
Richie, every week. Feel free to come back
Cheers.
anytime, Mondays and Tuesdays.
Yeah. See you next Monday.
Okay,
Cheers.
cheers.
See ya.
Look at that -5 in chat. Damn it.
The point
Okay, Dean, I got chat open, so here we go. Okay. Sorry, we didn't finish his hand. Shove it in his face.
You're not worried.
Okay.
Did we shove? We shoved for 100. We shoved for 80 big blinds.
We did.
That was
Our
stupid.
88% was enough. Triple boards are freaky.
I guess we have bluffs that go with it. That's why we do that.
The door. I am indisposed.
Okay, right.
And then filters. Yeah, all in.
Weird. But ace.
Well, it must be blocking something.
Oh, yeah, it's blocking him from having the pairs that call us. Pocket
Yeah.
jacks, things like that. That call the all in.
All in. How are these colors, by the way, for you, Scotty? Are these colors good?
These are good. I like these colors.
Do I get my half point back because I'm using good colors?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Dean, sorry, we got waylaid. All right. Okay, Dean, this is your hand, sir. You've got King 10.
Right. Oh, Dean in chat. Dean checks.
We are checking.
Good. And you can also bet the ace high board with your straight draw. Great. And your backdoor flush.
He
Wait,
overbets.
Bet.
He's
Ooh,
125, it looks like to me. Side call.
Yep, he's going for the call. Yep,
Just can't. This
it's a
is
solver.
just too much equity.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at something after this. Yeah, in real life fold something, so I think you're right. Dean, what would you like to do here? Check. Look at that. Repeat 7.
Wow.
Eat my B20.
Wow.
Eat my B20, sir.
Never
Wow.
doing that. Wow.
We must call. Okay, so this gets interesting.
Dean is betting 150.
You have not broken solver. And you generate. You fold a better hand. That is poker.
Now, did he fold that to the solver size bet? Because if so, Dean's getting an extra half point.
Okay, let's find out. Does he solve? So, okay, so the first question would become. It
we
wants to
put the
use a
solver
blocker
size,
sizing.
Yeah, if we blocked, did the sixes
Play
fold?
from here. B35. He's gonna have a different combo though.
He's got a different combo, yeah. Okay, yeah, we gotta look.
But we can look and see. We have the technology. Do underpairs fold to that size? River button. Low pair. He is folding. Except if he has a heart. And I don't know why. Fives.
I didn't notice whether he had the heart.
That's just solid. But yeah, he's mostly folding. We'll just say he's folding.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Who's next?
Next is skate. So our bet on the turn when the seven paired was small, right? That's what it wanted us to do,
Yep, B20.
B20, even though he had overbet the flop. Wow. And-
So the question I have there is, when he overbets and we call, how many third pairs do we have? Two pair, top pair, under pair. Third pair.
We stayed in with our ace-7 suited. We stayed in with our king-7 suited.
Yeah.
Hold 'em.
Well, ace set, so third pair.
Yeah.
8-7, we just have enough ace-7 and enough king-7
But even with our
and
ace,
enough 7-6
but even our-
to call. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, we don't have them very often, but we never folded them.
Yeah. What? It's like a super clear call. Is this that's a combo draw. It's not good. Yep. Razor thin with no combo, with no flush draw. Okay.
Yeah, and in
Do
reality,
not try this at home.
in reality, we folded a lot of sevens on that flop to the overbet, right? We
Yeah.
folded our seven. I mean, in game, we folded our sevens here.
Against humans, yeah, I think I would.
Yeah, so, oof,
Should we
Especially in that
be?
position.
I don't know.
I think I would too, but do you think we shouldn't?
Well, I think it's super player dependent. Like playing live last night, what I saw was that some people just love to big bet flop. They don't care where they are. They don't care that it's like 4 people in the hand. They just pot it on like a 9 high board. And so, that just makes me think super player dependent.
Yeah,
I was
What-
taking notes last night, like guy in stupid cowboy hat overbets pot.
Yeah.
Multi-way and 9 high board, stuff like that.
the
So
only,
actually, it was a very nice cowboy hat. I was a bit jealous.
the only mass data we have on this is we know that the overbets in population, and this may be limited to the river overbets, but the river overbets in population are value heavy relative to what the solver wants. We know that. I don't know if we know that about flop. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
I'm not
Who's
folding
next?
7-8 of spades there,
we're not folding.
but I'm folding 7-8 of diamonds. I'm folding 7-8 of diamonds there. Maybe I shouldn't.
I think it's super player dependent, which
You
is
can
very
say,
hard.
yeah, fold to my
I
over-
say that to you, but it doesn't, obviously that's not really a tool that you can use because you're playing on ignition, but that's what I'm thinking about it. And we all thankful you're playing on ignition because we get to look at cards of hand history.
Alright.
Who's next?
Skates up.
Mr. Die, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Or Mr. D, if you're nasty. That sounded weird. Forgot I said that. You have second pair out of position.
Okay, second pair. I think this is a range check board, so let's check.
Okay.
Okay, second pair. I don't think we're gonna do anything else but call.
I like it.
Okay, I wonder if we have the back door and a pair, we get. I wonder if we don't. I was wondering if
In poker
Yeah.
coaching, we don't. Let's see in solver
king
world.
eight.
I also wonder.
Nope. Yeah, you have it, but
How
We
about
can-
top pair?
yeah, just screw it. Top pair, yeah.
Top pair goes fine. Okay. All right, call, good choice, sir. That's a point. Um. What would you like to do?
Still gonna check.
This is an equity shifting card, but let's just ignore that because it's totally unnatural to find a donk here. It just,
Mhm.
it's just totally counterintuitive. And I don't think any of us, well, I know I can't
No, it's-
remember this donk. Check, check. Interesting spot.
Yep. I mean, there is a possible straight, but unlikely. Um. They checked the turn, right?
Mhm.
I think I'm still gonna check this combo. Although we probably get some. No.
Yeah, we want to block bet. Which is surprising this far down the range.
Right.
I mean, so the argument with the block bet is that we need to get called by 50% or more hands.
But you
I
have the
know, but
opportunity to lose another point if he bets on the river at you.
Yeah,
And-
because like
All right, you have a chance to lose another point, Skate. Good luck.
yeah, let's lose another point. Let's fold. I'm tilted.
You're fine. You can't lose a point there.
I kind of miss arguing with Joey. This would be a good spot to argue with Joey, but alas, he is departed. Does anybody else want to argue about this spot? Never mind, I don't want to argue. Fold.
All right, don't show me the bluff. Tell me I won money. I won money. Yes, I won.
He did.
Hey,
Um,
Right.
right.
Skate.
I'm surprised how, let's see how wide our block betting is here. It's a lot. We ignore the bluffs. Where's our value threshold? So you're really close, Skate, to getting a point there. It's just, this is the very bottom of where we've got 60% perceived equity here. And so we're at the very bottom of what our value block sizing is. Notice
no,
also, oh, sorry, go ahead, Skate.
No, I mean, yeah, I understand. I kind of did want to throw in a little block, but like I'm also like, what am I targeting? Like, I don't want to get called by a 9, a jack. Unlikely they have a 4 or 5 or anything like that. So yeah.
here's what you
Notice
do.
also here, oh, sorry, go ahead, Scotty.
Okay, so when you bet your block size, he's not going, the solver is gonna raise the ace jack, not a lot. So you're gonna get to the river cheaper with a hand that you had to call with. That's
On
why-
this texture.
So let's do your block size on this particular hand. This is why, just to end, we're just gonna go just directly against his hand.
Let's see what, okay, so he had ace jack. The other question I have is, just before we move on to the next exercise. So our block bets are here. This is the value kind of, I think we call it a value threshold, right? 60%. for our block sizing here. Around the 8. And notice we balance this with our nuts. Our nuts are doing all different. Our straights are doing all different stuff.
Yeah.
They are mixing. And they're using and they're protecting that block size at a high freak. So with that said, the other thing we wanted to look at is when we block bet here, right?
Yep.
What is what's his value raise threshold? Ace jack is mixing.
Right. So we get a lot, of calls from his ace jack. And instead we paid more money for his ace jack. Cause when we get raised, we're folding.
Yeah.
So. And now look at when you do this size, also look what calls. Get calls from 7s, you beat those. Get calls from 6s, you beat those.
7s and 6s must be. What
Yeah.
was our, and we had a really good kicker. So
called-
like,
He's calling 3s and 2s.
yeah, and also 9-8. 2 pair, never mind.
10-9.
10-9 is a good example.
And we had, what was our 9? I mean, we had ace 8.
Our kick was,
Nine's
king
not
eight.
him.
We had a good kicker.
Yeah,
Kick, kick.
I think
Yeah.
king, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
king eight.
he does call us with his ace 8 though, unfortunately.
He does call us. But,
With king 8.
yeah, it's really, I mean, this is cuspy though. It's cuspy for your combo is cuspy for value, for blocker value betting.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, anyone wanna see anything else in this solve? Okay.
Right.
who is
Adam-
next? Sutton, you out there?
He said.
I'm here.
B. Oh, he is there. Well, I wasn't sure if that was a misspelled B right back or if that was a bet check bet.
Oh, that was a bet check bet. Yeah. The bet
Okay.
check bet line there. I called on the river.
Yeah.
I don't know. Seemed like it was going to lose to a lot of 9s, but
Yep.
it seemed like a lot of jacks would continue betting on turn. So didn't see the ace jack coming.
Yeah, me either.
We have the first
Oh.
premium of the day.
So this is premium. Board is jack high. I think the 9 high boards, we see a lot of checking. I think the jack 10 connects well with this range from button. In real life, I'm gonna check here, but right now I'm gonna B33 it.
Yeah,
Great, both are good.
mixing across all our overpairs probably.
Yeah, a lot of heavy check board.
Yeah.
I thought we would bet more, across this board,
Yeah, you're right. Okay,
but it does interact nicely with the buttons range.
thinking, is it gonna do something cray cray?
Well, if it raises, we're gonna be calling. Alright. So we are the only player that has ace king, which is kind of nice.
It's, yeah, I think it's really important here.
And which is
Awesome.
nice. And we have a king. Man, but this is a really nice board for him. I have to make a decision here. I think B50.
I think B33. Both are right. You're more right.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I'm not surprised by really B50 less and checking. I can see merits to all of them. Like, it's just a little bit unclear. So we have
What
bet-
a river.
this sucks because it's gonna kill action if he has a hand like ace, jack, king, jack. I think we have to check.
Yep.
Check.
Great.
Oh,
No. I got that one wrong too.
yeah, cuz, okay, I'm like so happy. Oh, God.
He won. He
You-
won.
yeah,
Oh, look, the deuces. the
counterfeited.
deuce
Oh,
pairs.
the deuce is
He got
counterfeiting.
counterfeited.
I didn't
Oh.
see that.
That's what we didn't think of.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
This,
I
they-
didn't-
I mean,
Oh, yeah, true.
these
thought-
these are hard. The guy I work with on Sundays, he's like, I've been playing for 15 years and I always forget about counterfeiting.
Yeah, no, I had thought about the amount of two pairs. Like that was one of the things that on the turn I was thinking about was like he can definitely have a lot of two pairs. Now,
Especially on
granted,
this texture, right?
yes. Now he can't like I think guys still would raise frequently with their two pairs on that turn. But Solver knows that like our range probably has a lot of ace king in it.
Yeah.
So
Note
one
that-
way, oh, sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay,
Scott.
just the thing we corrected ourselves that he doesn't have ace king. He has ace king. He just doesn't have a lot. He just has it at a
Yeah,
lot,
like a itty bitty bit.
but he does have it. Okay.
Like yeah, I think he has it more when we are an earlier position opening.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, like yeah, I did not think about the twos counterfeiting his two pairs.
Yeah, and you would have if it was the two of diamonds. You hated the spades so much. and
Yeah.
You, I mean me, that you didn't even look at what else it meant. I
Yeah.
didn't notice there was a two on the board. It was just like, oh crap, a spade.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
So.
Because
let's-
we bet small, so he continues with like lots of spades.
It's really, I'm just curious about something. So we've got this massive equity advantage here in range, and we also have a significant nut advantage.
Yeah.
It's two comes, what happens?
Wait.
Comes a jump ball.
Hmm.
It also has to do with the fact that he's calling. It's not only that, it's also that he called. What if we change this to?
Hang on. Yeah. You
So
don't
kind of
have-
this, kind of similar, right? Whoops. Oh, we already have it. Okay. Same as we were, and then. Yeah, we have more of an equity advantage. One of the flush doesn't complete. Okay, enough rabbit holing. Who's next?
Next is Larry, and do you want to go back to low jack now? Or do you want to continue with hijack for another round?
So I think we probably need to, I don't know. I think probably let's just stick with hijack and then next week we'll go to low jack.
Okay, yeah. And we did low jack the first week, right? Yeah. We did it last week, so we did low jack the whole time. So yeah, let's do another round of hijack and then we'll do Mark Tans.
Okay.
So Larry's up.
Interesting. I wonder. No, I don't think this kicker is good enough to check raises. We have kicker issues or check raise. Even the 4, but I like checking. Continue. Choose a small bet. I just don't think this is good enough. I think ace queen of hearts. Nuts. Yeah. Let's just look at that. Where is our check raise value threshold? Let's do it here. All right, let's look at filter for top pair. We're just not doing it much.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Let me see. 10% overall. It's in there. We definitely want to play it sometimes.
We
Go
barely
ahead,
have
sorry.
fours, right? Our set, we have a few fours here, right? From the hijack. Yeah, we've got some fours and deuces. Those do it.
Unblocking.
Yeah. And
Um,
queens don't.
okay, so call.
Yep.
What a turn.
Check, bet, call. Check.
So we overbet. So we we don't really have the ability to improve here. And there's no.
Yeah.
Except for a repeat queen. And 3 9s. There's a flush available,
All of which might not be good.
not a straight, and he overbets, he's offering us. Doesn't, pot odds really don't matter as much on turn, but it's like 35%. I
Yeah.
guess I fold. Yeah, it's just not good enough.
Yep.
Where's our calling threshold? Where's our-
Better hands with equity than this.
It's now, we've been downgraded
Even
to
allowed?
second
Is he
Yeah,
pair.
allowed
hierarchy,
to?
you're coming in next.
Is he allowed to overbet this turn?
Is he allowed to overbet? Yes, he is allowed to overbet. What
Yeah.
is he overbetting would be a good question as well. So we're even shook with,
Good
we
queens.
want to call with the blocker to the nuts with the ability to. Probably me. No, we're not gonna, maybe we don't bluff it, but. And we're just indifferent with ace queen.
Yeah.
So our Taurus's question was. Is he allowed to overbet? We don't have any, he is gonna have overbets. We're not using any weird filters or anything, so. He's not doing it much, but it's definitely in his range.
But interestingly, the thing that is there is, even though the flush completes, he doesn't have any small, he has no small bets. So this is the opposite of a flush completing card pushing your bet size down.
Yeah, I mean, what we're seeing is that we just get these very aggressive plays in position, which
Yeah.
is, I mean, we're so focused on out of position play recently that this is those heuristics are in our head.
Yeah.
So this equity finishing card, equity completing card for us is probably different in the sense that we're checking pure, right?
Yeah.
And he is got aggressive overbets if he chooses to take, that is really. Well, yeah, he gets small free.
Yeah.
Aggressive overbets. And then if we look at where they come from. This is kind of skewed. I'm really looking at the purple here. So the purple at the bottom. So he's
Yeah.
gonna get it. He's gonna protect it with this in his nuts. But then this is gonna probably be the, this is
Pure bluffs, just bluffy
pure
bluff.
bluffs, fives, nothing. Yeah. And then he's got this middle region where he's using it sometimes, which are jacks with spade. Which I wonder if he uses jacks with a spade. Because he really wants to get the showdown, and this sizing is going to greatly reduce our frequency of check raises. Now, what Peter Clark says here is that when you see this B125, notice we essentially have no check raises to that sizing. So you could see where in solver it makes sense with that jack of spade, jacks, because he's gonna get the showdown super high.
Yeah.
Super high free with the jacks.
Yeah.
You realize his equity. Peter Clark would say he's got this big hand versus big hand theory. He thinks that this is very linear sizing. And so with your nuts, you just check shove.
Ace
Shout out to-
seven. So the raise, interestingly, was the ace seven of spades. I'm almost positive that's spades there. Yeah, of course it is. Ace seven of spades. And all the other ones call. That's the one,
Yeah. I mean, who
but not
knows?
ace eight. That weird difference there.
Yeah, it's interesting. All right, shall
Arcturus
we
is-
move on? So I'm gonna fold, I folded. Arcturus is next, is that correct?
Hit your showdown button though. Let's see if he got you. He got you.
did.
Jerk. He didn't even have a spade to do it.
Do you guys ever find this in game? I'd like to have enough balls to find this in game.
No.
Oh,
Nope.
me playing that way? Never, not ever.
Wow. B125. I gotta find it. I did bluff on the FT last night. That was cool.
Mhm.
I still, playing live in this tournament, but I still, busted the hard bubble. Pain. There's nothing worse when we get paid, you bust out fifth, you're walking away from the table and they say, should we look at an ICM chop? And everybody goes, yeah.
But it wouldn't have happened, if you stayed, it wouldn't have happened. They were waiting for that.
They were,
For
yeah, that's
fun.
true.
They're waiting for you. I mean, I'd like to say they were waiting for you to get out, since they knew, that you were easy money. But it's reality before to do it.
Okay, so Arturas, now that I've beat myself on YouTube and will be for eternity. Beat myself up. Let's go on to Arturas.
Mm-hmm.
You got an interesting hand. Very similar to what we had last time.
Check.
Check is
Mostly
good.
checking.
That's also okay.
Small bet.
Call. I guess.
Probably, yep. Be nice.
Check again.
Here.
Exact same hand. Check, check. No, don't check. I think we're too weak to overbet. I'd probably be 60.
I think you're gonna have a lot of blocker sizing here. But B60, BPP?
Yep.
No,
Let's
it's
see.
a check.
No, it's a total check.
Yeah, I thought about kicker, but I don't
Mm.
know.
I thought after he checks behind that you don't need to worry about your kicker. But you do.
Yeah, but
Almost, it's quite trappy, isn't it? Maybe not on this texture.
Yeah,
Alright, who's next?
I did not expect that. Next is me. All right, we
Okay.
got Arcturus here. Let me put in the scores here. Larry is at 8. And I'm ready. Hit the button. I will be there.
Now I'm curious about the score.
Arcturus
alright.
is-
Here we go. Quite an interesting hand.
Check.
Check.
Yep. Think before checking and check. Okay, now. He doesn't have a king here. He doesn't have a jack here. I have a 10. I can get called by under pairs. I bet block size. 31.
Yeah, you're mixing.
Yep, good. Come on, call me. Pocket threes.
Wasn't in the mood to turn it into a suicide bluff this time. Probably on that texture.
Yeah. He didn't do a raise that time. That was him continuing. All right, up next is Leanne.
Notice, sir, here.
Yeah.
He will. He
Oh,
full freak.
no.
Suicide bluffs it.
Suicide bluffs it. Oh, and that suicide bluff is gonna work.
You had third pair.
Yeah.
We're indifferent AF. Okay. Leanne, correct?
So Andy, Adam, you're saying when he suicide bluffs that I'm gonna call him with a 10?
I mean, like, it's kind of hard to give him credit for like what's he got that's better. I mean, I'm sure Solver has some jacks, but in real life, guy doesn't have jacks. In real life, guy doesn't have king. Like,
Slow-
if we check here, we've
Yeah. Oh, check call is easy.
Yeah.
It's when you bet and get raised. That's
bet raise. Yeah, you're in a lot of trouble.
Oh, no,
But-
I was check call all day.
Okay. All right. I thought we were, yeah. Okay. We're in understanding then.
Okay.
Now you
we're
got me
back.
curious.
Okay, Leanne's up.
Hold on now. Sorry, Leanne. I gotta look at this. So if we check.
I don't think he needs to suicide bet his threes. He can. They can win. They have showdown.
It's not gonna have threes again. Ah, same
Right.
thing. Okay,
but-
so
If you look at his, but if you look at the node, oh no, he is betting, no, you can see the node. He's betting his deuces, threes and fours. He's doing it. And we're calling him.
yeah, he is.
And he's doing it at a medium size.
Oh, that's our strategy.
Oh, that's our strategy. Okay, let's see his strategy.
Button. It's on. B77.
Yeah, he does it. And we call.
Yeah.
And by the way, he did have jacks in this line. He had queen jack suited.
Yeah.
You know, a decent,
Decent clip.
yeah, that's the queen 10, but when the queen 10 wasn't there, he had it. Okay,
All right, Leanne, are you there? Are you there?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
I'll check it. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to bet because of that ace, but. I got the queen of spades, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'll call. Well, it's almost at 75% bet, isn't it? Yeah, I guess I'll call.
I'm folding. Let's see what you do.
I don't know, maybe
Okay. Bummer. It's kind of a big bet, I guess.
Yeah.
One thing I was thinking here, because I was with Leanne a little bit. I thought the queen of spades would lead us towards call here, in theory. But I was watching some Jaffe the other day, and he was just kind of like talking about these ace high boards and a hand like this. And one of the real problems is about just on the ace high board, you can never have an overcard out. So it makes it, you just have to like snug up a bit. Was just kind of a thought.
Yeah, so the point is that that an overcard, when you see the big bet, is important. Possessing an overcard.
Yeah.
Like there's no way you can get top pair.
Right,
we
you can't.
Do we defend a small bet?
Well, first question I would ask is how often is he using it? Let's look at that first. If he's gonna bet, he just doesn't use it. But we don't big solve, so.
I think we probably start to get indifferent versus a smaller bet.
We do then start calling king high spade.
Yeah.
Elasticity to bet size, very important lesson that we can take from the solver. Okay, so
Mike.
are we on the last round now?
You're on the last round. We got Mike, Richie, Dean, and Adam, and then we are two marked hands.
Okay, so Mike, are you ready, sir?
I am ready.
What do we do?
Mike, you can only lose.
This isn't Mike's hand. This is me hitting the wrong button.
Okay.
Snap call. Oh, jeez.
We've got an out. We've got outs.
No out.
Okay, so
Ready.
Mike, here we go.
Oh, I got another offsuit ace 10. Oh boy. Got a lot of points the last time, but this could go off the rails. This is a check. Go, making it easier, I think. I think we still get to check here. Don't hit it yet. Yeah, I think it's going to mix between check and bet small. In real life, I would bet just because you're going to get value, but I'm going to check versus the solver. And then we get to call.
So you're racking up the points with that check.
Yeah, right. Good,
He's gonna call
good
you. So
strategery.
You got a good strategy here. All right. Yep.
And And I don't think we just start leading now all of a sudden, so we gotta check.
Yeah.
And a good hefty chunk here. We do have blockers, good blockers, top pair, decent blockers. So I would imagine we get to call here. Yeah, I don't think we can fold, so we call.
I fold.
I call.
Oop,
I don't know why I fold.
I
but I
lost
do.
the screen.
Did I hit a button? No,
Yeah.
Larry hit a button.
It was me.
I've
I hit a
already
button to
voted-
mute myself and then I hit the wrong button to unmute myself.
Oh, it's
Um,
call.
Oh, I timed out and it auto folded me.
Oh,
Yeah. I already
um,
voted you your
well,
point.
that's okay. We know you're gonna call, right? So
Yeah,
Get
I
the
said
point.
call.
sorry about that, guys. That's what I get for multitasking.
Which has
Um,
happened. I have timed out and folded nuts before.
Yeah.
So what is he betting with showdown?
So apparently my favorite hand is ace 10 offsuit out of position.
Oh,
Kane.
No. Larry.
Who's next?
The flop went check, right?
It did.
never-
Yep,
it-
it did.
Oh,
Oh, he's trapped.
that.
Let's find out how often he traps.
Let's talk about how often it happens in real life. Let's say 0% of the time with that hand, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Against population. Although
It's like,
the fact that he has the 9 of spades makes it easier for him, but not against population. They bet.
yeah.
He doesn't do it very often. He's a low freak.
Yeah. Roll over him just for a second for that. Roll over the 9-9, the low freak, and just see. The 9 of spades makes no real difference that I can see. Does it? Oh, yeah, you check.
A little bit more check.
Yeah, there's a little more checking. A few. Okay. All right, up next is Dean. All right, it's a fight for second place. No one's catching up to Mike.
All right, Dean. I am gonna open up chat.
I'm sorry, I said Dean. It's Richie left. Yeah, okay. So it's Dean.
You're ready. Because you're in chat. Okay. Here we go, Dean.
Checks. He's checking, not just checking, but checking range. Checking again. And praying for a showdown. All right. And the river. Oh, that was Sutton. That was Andy. Oh, that was Adam who did it. Sorry, I saw the check. Were you checking, Dean? You were checking. Dean was checking. Right. No one's gonna, I'm ignoring what Mike says. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait for Dean's answer. You're not gonna fool me again on this.
Whoa, oh, we timed out,
Oh, no.
but it wants to bluff it.
Right. And Dean was gonna overbet. Which
What
is-
were you gonna choose? Don't lie.
Right.
Why don't we, okay, let's overbet. Let's change move, overbet. Generate the
Well,
fold.
the 10.
That was quite scuffed. Sorry, Dean.
Yeah.
Who is next?
Skate.
Skate, are you ready, sir?
I am. So here we're overbetting the river. That's pretty ballsy. Spicy.
Okay, your hand is up. You top pair. And some back doors.
All right. As we've seen here, we're gonna check a lot. So I'm gonna go the safe way and check.
The one thing I would start thinking about here is, do I have check raises?
True, I think not to that size.
Yeah,
We
to that
don't.
size.
Pure call.
Hmm.
Okay, I feel like this board is gonna go check a lot. So let's check.
Hey, donk 20.
Although do they have ace? Yeah, yeah, check. I don't think we
We
do
donk
much
20.
talk.
We donk
Yes.
20.
You're right. And I was thinking about it too.
You still get a point though. You still get a point.
Yeah, they could still have a better queen, but
They can. This is a
I
donk
mean,
20 range board.
true.
Okay,
And-
question. Is this
Yeah.
something that we should implement against humans?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
It worked for me the one time I did it.
we've got a
I-
sample size.
Let's do it this week. See what happens.
I think, I don't know, I would be a little bit cautious just because I think that the big flop sizing against humans is more apt to be a strong hand. Like Queen X, I don't know, because maybe it's a Queen Jack, but a hand that's afraid of flush draw.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And I think that they might have more ace queen in real life than
And they have
solver would
8-9,
expect.
and they do have 8-9, but the other thing is, we don't see this overbet on the flop very much. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Normally guys aren't like, a big bet is like B75,
Yeah.
and so then it,
Yeah,
so I don't know. I think if it were a smaller bet sizing, I would say absolutely go for it more on these middle card pairing
Yeah,
turns.
because they're not overbetting king queen right here in the flop. I mean, at least I don't think so.
I think so.
he overbets you.
Oof.
Oof.
Fold.
Uh-oh. Okay, it's indifferent, so you're okay.
We're indifferent.
All right. I'm calling though let's call for, oh, it's too late. I was gonna, just to finish the points out, but that's fine. Okay, good. Fold works. Nicely done, Skate. Skate is at 10. Nice second place. Skate, and, Adams,
Actually has higher EV.
yep, call has higher EV. That's close enough.
Okay, so is Sutton our last participant in
Nope,
today?
nope. It's gonna go Adam, and then it's gonna go, Arturus gets his last round.
Okay,
So 2 players. I said it wrong.
all right, so here we go.
Nice Rodney Mullen. Don't get the
Nice
ref.
fold, sir. Look at
Ooh.
that. You made money.
Mhm.
Yeah, good fold.
Oh, ace low board. We got top pair, top kicker. I think we check a lot on ace high boards here, so I think we're gonna check. We can bet, but I think we check. We still have an ace low board. We have 4 to a straight. I would assume 2 pairs would bet this board on the flop a lot. I'm gonna bet this in game, but I won't be surprised to see solver check. Give me a B50, Larry.
You get it. You're just like everywhere, all over the place with this combo.
Yeah.
Choose your own adventure.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't know. I mean, I probably don't have a lot of sixes. I don't know. I check, I guess. I probably just check.
I think solver plays a very interesting,
Same.
Bet
Ooh.
150.
no.
I don't know. Bet 150 seems. I mean, I don't know. I guess how many sixes do I have? I wouldn't think I would have that many sixes. I mean,
well,
I
let's
guess it
look.
did go.
Let's
It did
look.
go check. I mean, I have ace-6. Do I have king-6 suited? I guess in the hijack.
This is really gonna be hard. We can't just look at range versus range.
I have.
Are
Um,
they expecting him to fold like chops?
Yeah, that's like.
Look how weird the linear equity graph gets. But what this is telling us is that here,
I have king-6.
you have king 6.
E6.
E6, king six.
And I'll have pocket sixes at some frequency here.
And so if you look at. So. We can't, can we look at like, we can't look at nut straight. Straight, no main hand. Yeah, we just can't look at nut straight. We can look at this one. Yeah, it is delineating sixes here. You have a six as a percentage of range. Twice as much, which is driving this.
Yep.
Is everybody in agreement? That is what's doing it. So,
I agree, and I think that's overspecified.
okay, fair enough.
That's
What
why.
about, what
that's
about if I, is it overspecified if I do this?
But the other thing is, like,
Gotta laugh at it, Scotty. The day's complete. I quit now.
That
all.
is beautiful. You were saying, Adam,
no, I
Sorry.
just was, I'm just not really sure. I would think that in real life, guys have more sixes on the button, like it's,
Yeah, you're right.
Solver's button range is pretty snug, like. I would think a lot of guys would have some 6x, more 6x on the button.
I agree. I think that is an important layer dependent adjustment. And I was kind of surprised that it was doing this. It's doing this obviously because it has this sick 6x adjustment. A lot of times it will, if it's like jump ball to the straight on the board, it will check because it knows that it makes a rake decision. And it checks. But this time it's got such a 6x advantage that it's going for it. A Taurus is our last competitor of the
Did
day.
you check the response when we make that bet?
Sure. That's a good question.
and while you're doing that, I think the answer for the sixes is not that we know that population has more sixes, is our uncertainty about the sixes is much wider. Solver's uncertainty about the sixes is zero. It knows exactly what percentage of range he has as sixes. We
Yes, it
don't.
does.
And that makes, I think, this bet
Pull off.
ill-advised.
You have a really good point. The range, yeah, it, like you said, overspecified. So we make a B150. He wants, I mean, who knows? He wants blockers, maybe? He probably wants blockers to like our 6x, which, is probably what it's calling. Reasons are.
Yeah, so he calls it A7 because it blocks a 6-7.
So he's got to have bluffs that
Bluff.
match his value. So his bluffs, so his value's here,
Yep.
right? 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. And then this gets weird because like king, queen blocking, maybe, I don't know, blocking something. But if you, okay, look at the equity jump.
Blocking our king 6. What is our 6? We have our sixes are, we have a king 6, right?
That gets here.
Look at our range.
We do have king 6 at full.
Our sixes are ace-6, king 6, and 7-6. Therefore, if he blocks those,
Yeah, that's a good point. The other interesting thing to watch here is like, look at the equity. So here are the sixes, equity 94%, and then it's just real dramatic drop immediately. 90, 90, 90, and then we go down to 39 with the blockers. And then it should be like 39 across this entire range.
Yeah.
Until he gets to where he begins to mix folds.
right? And what's those other islands of raising? So there's all the kings, and then what's that island there? Oh, some more kings.
So this is like double blocking our king 6, a6.
And a king 6 and a6, right?
Find that in game and I'll buy you a Pepsi.
Yeah.
All right. Last,
And even that might be overspecified against our range for all we know.
yeah, I agree. This is like, we're getting into some minutia here.
Arturus,
Arturus, last hand. Last hand of the day, ladies and gentlemen. We just turned different.
Was it overbetting on the turn by the way? Or just
Shoved. Just shoved it.
on the turn? Was it Was there overbetting or never?
We are overbetting out of position, yes. We are B one
Okay.
fifty.
No, I'll get over. I just,
Alright, here we go. Pretty anticlimactic combo here for the last hand of the day.
check.
Check.
Yeah, B40 or check.
Oops. Change move, sorry, check.
Oh, no bets. Check again. Because we do polar strategy here. Maybe some blocks, but probably big polar strategy.
Check.
Not even polar. Many draws. We showdown it. I don't think we block.
I
Gonna be
think we're
some
gonna get some
blocking.
blockers.
But
It
showdown,
mixes.
both are gonna be right.
A check.
We call. Probably.
Right.
Well played, sir.
Catch him, catch him. Yes.
We have a winner for the final hand. Okay, I think we've completed our mission today.
Alright, so that's 6. Yep, so we'll do marked hands.
Give us a winner.
Alright, there's your winner. Nobody's gonna catch up to Mike with his ridiculous.
Mike, my
Jack off.
goodness.
It's because he not only got everything right, but he also had those check bet, call, check bet, call, check bet, you know,
Yeah,
where there were multiple decisions each time.
Those are Hall of Fame numbers right there.
Those are,
that is quite a performance.
everybody's positive. Everybody was positive. Yay.
I'm gonna take a break, guys. So,
You take a break. I will load up some. So load up some marked hands, you guys. I will put one up to start. That's along. Oh, and it's even one that I played. Okay, here we go. There's nothing, I don't know that there's anything interesting about this hand, but it fits in with what we were doing. Let me hit share. Oh, and I'll do, I'll do one more thing. Let's go back to Zoom and we're gonna stop the recording now and restart it with marked hands. All right. So recording is this button here. Stop the cloud recording. Yes.